what's the plan?
The plan is that we will go up to Pinecrest Peak.
Okay.
And see if the vibes are peaking as high as the elevation.
Yeah. Both our first time being up there, so.
Yeah, well, I've been up on a bicycle.
Okay.
But never with my rig.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to being up there because it's absolutely stunning. And you're just on this like brick of granite.
This is your Midland cubby.
This is my Midland cubby in here. I have some Jackery power here, and then potentially equally important, I have my Baja Designs flashlight, which is going to be really fun to see at night tonight. But was it you? No, my buddy had a flashlight that you could start a fire with.
Really?
Yeah, it was insane. You can focus the light beam to start a fire if you were in need.
Wow.
Is it potentially overkill?
Yep. Just a wee bit.
But I love the 10,000 lumens off the Baja Designs XL80.
Very cool.
So I'm just gonna do what so many overlanders have been telling me they're sick of, which is setting up their camera to film their experience. They're dropping like flies. They're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
So many of my buddies are like, I don't take a camera out on the trail with me anymore.
Yeah. It can be a lot.
I take 2 cameras.
Draw a line in my life, singing this is the new way I behave now, and actually live by the shape of that sound. Circle in the back of my throat, spinning in my head and on my pillow. Telling you things you don't need to know. Letting you know I trust you so much. Then I'm looking at you through the lights. Circle blinking in the tungsten. Wondering how I seem to you. Forgetting the words I'm singing for you. Am I forgetting I failed? You're sleeping with your rings on. Cardinal wings in the early morning. Waking up to a metaphor for me.
Fire service road, so can we just continue?
It's a good question. Let me look on here on Onyx, because I believe it should tell you what's private and what's public.
Okay, so I got the whole shebang here. We can go through here. We can go on any of these roads. Doesn't matter what type of gate or anything. It's just because they run cattle, so we just have to shut it after. So I'm going to open this gate.
and then I'll shut it after, and then we keep going up.
It circulates around town.
10-4.
Do I double down because I'm stubborn? The needle on the phonographic sound. You're digging it up as soon as it's drawn down. Am I forgetting how it felt? If you sing along, mark this feeling in the simplest shade.
So this one looks pretty legit. I'm gonna walk up here. I mean, the camera's not doing it justice, but this is a pretty steep, highly rutted out patch. So I'm gonna go up here and try to guide Andy as much as possible. All right, Andy, you're gonna have to explain yourself here. I just watched you put mayonnaise on a pizza.
Oh yeah. So let me tell you a little something about me. I will go in on any flavor, especially at a campsite. I am uninhibited with the flavors. And I even have a little... Oh, don't open up on me now. I have even a little bit of hot sauce in there. Because
Mayo and hot sauce.
I'm unshameable. It's going to be delicious. Oh, yeah. That's going to be good. You did neglect to mention that I forgot the tomato sauce.
Yeah, no, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. Andy,
You know, it was my daughter's first soccer game today. I'm going to defer to that. It was a very busy day. So busy that I left town. No snacks, nothing. I did grab some Japanese mayo and this Chipotle Tabasco.
knowing that we were making pizzas.
You know, stranger things have happened, but not that much stranger, I think.
All right, well, I am inside of the camper and got everything kind of ready. I'm gonna hop up and go to bed, but just wanted to kind of show you guys the space. Loving having this so far. Above me right here is the bed, so that will pull down, and it's just being held up by these gas struts. Yeah, so I'm in the main portion, basically sitting right in my truck bed, and I can fully stand up. I've got lights set up here in the top, but I've got like plenty of room to get ready for bed, which is really, really nice. So I can stand up and change, just have a nice little space to myself that is outside of the weather. If it's raining or whatever, I've got like basically a small camper kind of feel. So really liking it so far. But yeah, I've got right now just this seat here that I'm using, which is my domestic fridge. And I'm standing on top of my deck drawer system to kind of give you a sense of the layout. But yeah, so far I love this setup. This is, the dream. There's some frustrations with this particular camper that I'll get into, but yeah, this is awesome. It's nice to kind of have a little bit more room, as opposed to what I had previously with just the rooftop tent. But yeah, I'll give a more in-depth walkthrough of the camper itself later on. But for now, I'm gonna hop up and go to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning. All right. All right, we are making some food. We're gonna do kind of like a taco bowl kind of thing. We got some ground beef that we're putting some barbacoa seasoning in. We got rice, black beans, got sour cream, some cheese, some Siete creamy habanero sauce, looks pretty good. Batana sauce is what it's called. And some siete chips. So that with some hot sauce, we'll just put everything into a bowl and we're eating good.
Real cooking.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Thunderbolt Adventure Supply for the camp kitchen. Love this thing. It's really nice to be able to have 2 burners to cook stuff like this. I like to keep things simple sometimes and do, you know, just like a freeze-dried meals sometimes or pasta or something like that. But if we really want to get into it, this is really nice.
Yeah, always nicer to really cook.
Yeah. And we made some good stuff. Still, man, some of the stuff we made in Alabama Hills is so good.
Yeah, I feel like the majority of the time we camp, because we have no agenda,
Yeah.
we always just cook.
Yep.
Which I feel is like just, I mean, a lot of people don't feel that way though.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, I grew up on hot dogs and canned beans and,
Yeah.
you know, that is 100% the version of camping as a child that I grew up with.
Right.
Or catching a fish and grilling it, you know,
Yeah.
10 minutes after you caught it,
Yep.
which is, you know, pinnacle camping
Oh, yeah.
food preparation.
Yep.
But
Which we'll have to try to do that sometime.
yeah, we do. We really need to, because right here we're in the best fishing zone, some of the best fishing in California, some of the best fishing in the West right here
Oh, wow.
on the Stanislaus River.
Yeah.
In fact, Sonora Fly Co. has just recently decided to no longer gatekeep all the locations,
Oh, yeah.
which is really interesting because I know, like, sometimes you'll watch someone's fishing video and they've like 100% blurred the background so you can't see where they are at all. They're just in water holding a fish and you
Yeah.
have no idea where they are. Well, Brian Fisher, that's his real name, owner of Sonora Fly Co., has started posting videos on Sonora Fly Co.'s Instagram
Wow.
with like specific and direct pockets on the river of where you'll catch this fish with this type
Man.
of fly. So it's pretty cool.
That's probably pissing some people off.
Well, anything to bring people up here to,
Yeah.
like, you know,
True.
maintain the economy and keep people experiencing the outdoors,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. But yeah, I'm for sure people that even shop at Sonora Fly Co., I'm sure, are up in arms. But there's nothing they can do about it. I think it's a great idea, you know. It's like, same here. Mountain bike trails up here, some
Yeah.
of the best in the nation. And the bike shop that will work on my bike sometimes, they won't even tell me where the trailheads are.
Oh, as a local, too.
Yeah, as a local, they gatekeep like crazy.
Yeah.
And I remind them that that's unnecessary to operate like that. But that's historically so common. Everybody
Yeah.
and their hobbies gatekeeping where to do it and have the best time and the most fun. It's pretty silly.
Yeah. I wonder, should we put some of this cheese in with the meat or?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. This is Fiesta American cheese. Organic. Great for melting into queso dip. It's got Mexican spices in it. Oh, I forgot the eggs. Do you want to do the eggs too? All right, we're gonna do it all. Throw some eggs in here, in with the meat. It's gonna be good. So yeah, we're up here on Pinecrest Peak. Got here pretty late last night. Probably about 7:30, 8. Well, no, yeah, it was like 8:30. We wanted to get to the Pinecrest Lookout and be able to see Pinecrest Lake. Not Pinecrest Lookout, Pinecrest Peak, but there's this particular area where supposedly you have a great view of Pinecrest Lake. But, you know, we just had too much fun wheeling yesterday that we didn't get a chance to really find it. So today, after we get cleaned up and packed up, we're gonna go find that spot again. But yeah, it's been such a great time. Always a good time camping with Andy. It's good to find people that you can camp with that are, you know, into the same kind of stuff that you're into. And pretty laid back too. It's pretty easy to get like kind of uptight about a lot of stuff camping, you know, because you don't have the amenities that you normally would have. And not everybody's set up for that. But Andy actually cowboy camped last night. He slept out on a cot because he currently has no tent set up on his rig. So, you know, he did it right. But last night I tried to get a few shots of this doe. We had a doe that was coming around our camp and just walking around. So crazy. I've never seen anything like this doe that was just like checking us out, you know, like really close, like very inquisitive, not shy at all. So that was pretty crazy. I've never really seen anything like that. Andy said last night while he was sleeping, the doe was coming up to him and like sniffing at him. So pretty wild. Just telling him about the doe you had coming around and bothering you while you were sleeping last night.
Very strange behavior.
Yeah.
Very strange behavior. Single doe. Not afraid of us at all.
No.
Gone now. Sure, she'll be back.
Was like around our camp for probably about 45 minutes.
Well, she never went. She never left.
Oh, that's true.
She was here the whole time. And then all the way till me waking up at 3 a.m. to go use the toilet, and she was there.
Yeah.
And then when I got up around 7, she was really there, like right next to me. And I don't know. I mean, we're pretty far out there. I would have thought that she would not be so friendly.
Right. Right. This is not. It's not like we're near a campground or something where they're used to seeing people. This is pretty far out.
Yeah. I think we should put more cheese.
Yeah. It's not melting
And
as
then
good as.
let's lower the temperature and just let it do its thing. I can't
So
see.
yeah, top one, and then we'll back it down to.
Okay, that's 2 now.
Maybe 2 or 1.
That's on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because it's pretty. It cooks pretty well.
I'll turn this to 1 as well.
All right. Turned out pretty good.
2 of our favorite non-alcoholic beers. Best Day. And Lagunitas. Delicious.
Absolutely.
Actually tastes like beer.
And I remember when like it was just O'Doul's and like one other,
Yeah.
and they didn't taste good.
Nope. So something happened, I think, maybe 2 years ago,
Yeah,
maybe 3 years ago.
definitely
The
during COVID.
alcoholization process changed,
Yeah,
evolved,
yeah,
where you could brew a real beer and then just get the alcohol out, and it still tasted like a beer.
yeah. We are packed up. Got some camera rigs set up, and we are gonna head out. Get a shot of this sweet rig up that Andy has going here.
Crash cam, baby.
Woo! Look at that.
Very stiff. Very impressed, Tilta.
Yeah, that's
You had me curious, and then I got this thing rigged up, and I'm really impressed.
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna head down the trail.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, but I think this might be it. There it is.
Yeah, this is where he camps, right?
All right. Well, Andy took off. He had some things he needed to get done, but I'm just here airing up my tires. This was a great trip. Had such a good time with Andy, as always. But just gonna get aired up here and then get on the road. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about my setup. This will be most of y'all's first time seeing the BYND 4x4 Canopy Camper for the R1T. And overall, you know, like this is the setup that I wanted. But you know, there is a little bit of buyer's remorse and wishing that I would have just like waited and had gotten the Super Pacific. Yeah, it's not perfect. There's definitely a lot of design flaws and cheap materials. There's fit and finish things that are just not great. One thing, I was sleeping in the tent last night, and you know, they just use regular zippers, and with the wind beating, you know, those zippers just kind of like rattle against each other, and it's just, you know, makes a lot of noise all night. So that's not great. Don't love that, but you know, it's also not the end of the world. I can easily do something to fix that. There are things that definitely just need to get improved from the overall product. I think, like I told you all, I don't have access to Driver Plus, which, you know, it's not the end of the world, but you know, it's also like a major feature of my truck that now is just not available to me. And when you're on long road trips, if anyone has used it before, they know it is so clutch, you know, to just be able to turn that on and just relax a little bit and not have to think about driving. Yeah, it just takes the anxiety out of long road trips, which I'm doing quite often in the Rivian. I'll walk you around real quick and show you just very quickly the truck. So yeah, the BYND 4x4 has an L-track system on the side doors, and finally, as you can see, I've been able to install my Ironman 4x4 Delta Wing 270. Really great. Although after getting it on, and you know, I have my camp kitchen here in the skier tunnel. Now that I've actually been using this, I'm seeing like it probably would have made more sense to get a 180 so that it covers the entire side of the vehicle, and that's where I'm doing most of my cooking and hanging out anyways. So, but anyways, that's not a big deal. Like, it's an awesome awning, and I'm really loving it. So, huge step up from the Kamiq. I have solar. Solar is just set up via my Jackery. So those cords run down the side here. Those run down and come down the rack and into this hole here. And those then go right into my Jackery, which too dark to show you that, but yeah, my Jackery's down there. It's getting about 30 watts right now. It's very dirty, so that needs to be cleaned off so I can get the full amount. But I mean, it's working out incredible. Like, I've gone out several trips so far using that solar, and it has kept my Dometic fridge powered. And I want to run a few more things off of it, but I think I may want to get a slightly bigger, I might want to get just a slightly bigger dish or solar panel, because that's just a 200 watt solar panel, and I think it'll work a lot better if I get I don't know, like a 300 or something like that, or daisy chain a few together up at the top. But yeah, super fun. I mean, this is like I said, the perfect setup. I love being able to have the inside there that I can hang out in, which I did last night after hanging out at the campfire. Just kind of got in there, got ready for bed. You know, being able to like stand up and change is so nice, because that's not typically something you can do when you're camping, especially in a tent or a rooftop tent. Just kind of like laying there changing. So, you know, now I have some actual space in there to do things, and the plan is to build it out. Goose Gear makes a bench and storage system for the back for the Rivian, that would be cool. I don't know if that's something I'll be able to do, but if not, then I will probably build my own setup, which is fine. I also love that idea as well, because then I can just really customize the way that I want to. But yeah, I've got it all wired up. I've got it lighting in the downstairs and upstairs in the tent. I'm gonna do a bit more lighting in the tent because of the way it's set up. But yeah, I really like it. It is nice to have this setup whenever I'm going out. It just gives me a lot of versatility. I'm slowly whittling down on the things that I bring. You know, it's just trying to be really honest with myself and the stuff that I'm taking with me, and you know, is it necessary? Is it something that I need to bring? Is it going to bring value to the trip, or is it just going to be extra stuff that I need to clean up? So that's the eternal question. I definitely have a lot of like emergency supplies. I've got like 4 days worth of emergency food underneath my seat, emergency blankets, poncho, like whatever. I mean, it's probably way overkill. So I do need to maybe whittle down and just bring a few essentials. So, all right, I'm gonna finish getting aired up and head home, but thank you so much for watching. It's been great to have you here. Thanks so much for watching all the videos that you've watched, or for subscribing if you've subscribed. Like, it means a ton to me. And you know, I have affiliate links that are in my bio. If there's something that you see that I have that is linked in the description, it would mean a ton for, you know, you guys to use those links. It's going to help support the channel. You know, this stuff is expensive to do, and I don't know, it's just, it makes it a lot easier if I have some financial support. So anyways, thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything, but until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.